My dear viewers and students, very warm greetings from SRM classes, Patna. Today I am going to deliver my lecture on the second part of the topic entitled Origin and Mechanism of Indian Monsoon. In the first part, I focused mainly on the origin of monsoon winds and different views of the scholars divided into classical and air mass school. I also described Flohn's view in this regard. Now I will discuss the latest jet stream concept, which is very interesting regarding the origin and mechanism of Indian monsoon. Let us first know what jet stream is. It is actually the upper air circulation of winds which blow with a very great speed like jets. It was first discovered towards the end of the Second World War, when USA bombers flew from Alaska to bombard the cities of Japan. These bombers had to return disappointed to their bases because they were encountered with a very strong wind blowing with a very high speed. Later on, meteorologists named this wind as jet stream. The formation of jet stream can be understood very easily. What happens when a land mass is heated intensely? What happens when it is heated intensely? The air in contact with the surface of the land mass is also heated, expands and becomes lighter and blows upwards. And thus a low pressure is created over the land mass. The upward movement will continue. The upward movement of the air will continue to move in this direction until the energy for upper movement is finished. After this, it will start moving horizontally in the upper part of the atmosphere. As there is no obstruction in the upper part of the atmosphere, these winds blow with a very high speed like jets, and these are known as jet stream. The horizontally moving jet streams, after reaching cold area, becomes heavier and start moving downward and stabilize over the cold surface, and thus a high pressure is created. Again, from this high pressure, the surface air is generated to move towards the area of low pressure. Thus a cycle of movement of air is created, which is quite clear from this diagram which is shown here. The subcontinent of India is influenced by two types of jet streams. Now I am coming to the different types of jet streams. The first is the subtropical westerly jet stream, and the second is the subtropical easterly jet stream. Let me come to the first type of jet stream, that is subtropical westerly jet stream. I am just pointing out the characteristics of this jet stream. It blows like a meandering course of a river, the first characteristic. The next is, during winter months, whole of Central Asia and West Asia also remain under its grip. A branch of this westerly jet stream is bifurcated towards south of the Himalayas, which causes obstruction in its path. This branch of the jet stream is known as southerly branch, blowing over 25 degree north latitude at 200 to 300 millibar level in February, and influences the winter weather, bringing western disturbance which gives rains during winter. During summer, what happens? Or by the middle of June, we know that intertropical convergence zone, that is ITCZ, remains over 25 degree north. You know that the equatorial lows shift towards north as the sun also shifts towards north during summer. The northward shift of the ITCZ, together with becoming stronger, causes a shift in the southerly branch of this westerly jet stream to the north of Himalayas. The northward shift of the westerly jet stream beyond Himalayas causes the southeasterly trade winds to enter India, all of a sudden in the month of June or July. The southeast trade winds, after crossing equator, turns towards right according to Ferrel's law and enter India from the southwest as monsoon winds. That is why these are known as southwest monsoons. The southern entrance of the southwest monsoon in India is known as the burst of monsoon. This is a very popular term, burst of monsoon. The actual height of the subtropical westerly jet stream is 9 km to 12 km, and the speed of the westerly jet stream or velocity is about 144 km per hour. Now we come to the second type of jet stream which influences India, that is subtropical easterly jet stream. I'm just pointing out the characteristics of jet stream. Number one is it is located at 150 millibar level. And the summer heating, the next is the characteristic is summer heating of the Himalayas of Tibetan Plateau, which spreads over 4.5 million square kilometers, gives rise to clockwise circulation of winds in the upper part of the atmosphere. Let me now expand this. What is summer heating? You know that the Tibetan Plateau and Himalayas are covered with thick layers of ice. This thick layer acts like a reflector. When the rays of the sun or the sun's rays fall on these thick layers of ice, it is reflected immediately, and this heated this causes heating of the air which is in contact with the Tibetan Plateau. This air becomes heated, lighter and goes upwards. And there is a clockwise circulation of winds in the upper part of the atmosphere. I have already pointed it out. It blows towards subtropical high pressure in the southern hemisphere to replace the southeast trade winds. This is very important. To replace the southeast trade winds, these winds come from the Himalayas and the Tibetan Plateau. That the easterly jet stream steers the monsoon depressions forming over Bay of Bengal into India during monsoon months. You know that there are a number of cyclones or low pressures which develop over Bay of Bengal, and these low pressure or cyclones are steered into India by this easterly branch of the jet stream. And these depressions, influence the pattern of the distribution of rainfall over India. Now, you can very well understand that Himalayas and Tibetan Plateau have a very bigger role, a very big role in the formation of the easterly branch of the jet stream. And when it is heated properly, then normal monsoon will result, and when it is not heated properly, then weak monsoon results. Rightly once Mr. Koteswaram pointed it out that Himalayas and Tibetan Plateau are like thermal engine, and when this engine is heated properly, then there will be normal monsoon. I think I have explained to you what are the jet streams and how they influence the climate and the weather conditions of India. Thank you so much for a very patient hearing to my lecture. Thank you once again.